All right, we're ready.
Oh shit. Hey guys, good evening. Thanks for taking a minute to listen to my informative speech today. Smiling is important. The other day, I was on the highway speeding because I was late for work. On the way, I passed a sewer hole cover, and a couple seconds later, the tires started making a very loud noise, like there was something in it. I pulled over to the side immediately so I can check, and yes, there was a big screw in the tire. Luckily, my dad was with me at the time of the incident to change the tire for me, or else I would have had no clue on how to do it. Imagine my day had already started bad. I was feeling down. What else could go wrong? Then it was time to finally go to work. At that moment, I did not want to go anymore, but I had to go in anyway. Because they were already short-staffed, and as I'm walking in the workplace, I passed through the door, and my coworker started smiling and greeting me with a good morning. How are you today? She made it, yay. Would this be a reason for you to smile? Because it sure did make me smile, and it made me feel better too. Smiles give off a positive vibe and have an impact on us. It makes us attractive, changes our mood, and can be contagious. Smiles give off a positive vibe, and it makes us attractive and becomes important because that smile can be seen from a distance. The appearance and image will determine an immediate influence on how that person will react and respond to you. A smile can make us obtain feelings of trust towards people we interact with. That is why it becomes the most important facial expression. Smiling helps in enhancing your physical appearance. A person's charisma has a powerful effect on the strength of their smile and the assertion of true happiness on their face. Let's admit it, at times we are attracted to people who smile. Smiling is a recognized sign of sympathy. The Post Media Network, a newspaper in Canada, Ontario, mentions, if we see someone smiling, our mirror neurons will stimulate us toward happiness, and it will smile back. Smiles give off a positive vibe and even change our mood when we smile. They produce certain hormones like dopamine, serotonin that signal our body happiness. Serotonin helps maintain both mood and well-being. When this chemical is at normal levels, we will feel concentrated, emotionally stable, joyful, and peaceful. So a smile is very important. This chemical sends signals between our nerve cells, and it creates a lasting sensation of happiness and comfort. Dr. Isha Gupta, a neurologist from Union, New Jersey, specialized in IgA brain and spine, explains, a smile spurs a chemical reaction in the brain, releasing certain hormones including dopamine and serotonin. Dopamine increases our feelings of happiness. We need to be on the lookout for what we get influenced by. At times, we tend to be affected by those around us. So it is important for us to be surrounded by positive vibes and keep them going. Our mirror neurons create a response to the actions that we see in others. Shayla Ray, the blogger from Post Media Network newspaper from Ontario, Canada, mentions, if we naturally mimic people, then it is best to hang out with people who are worth mimicking. Find positive people, not negative people. Smiles give off a positive vibe and can be contagious. A smile is contagious that spreads like a virus. You can be easily infected by someone else's. When someone smiles at you, regardless of knowing them or not, you tend to smile back unintentionally and immediately boosts your mood. A smile gives a positive perspective on life. When we make someone smile, especially if it comes with a laugh, at that moment you realize you have done something right. Making people happy makes me happy, even if it's saying something dumb like a joke. Author Shayla says, a little excitement and happiness are awfully contagious. When I am barreling into a store and someone holds the door open, smiles and offers, "Have a great day," makes me smile too. Humor makes everyone feel good. It distracts people from problems. After all, as mentioned earlier, smiles give off a positive vibe, have an impact on us, and makes us attractive. So next time you're feeling down, don't forget to smile. It is important, sorry. It is an important piece of makeup we must wear all the time to make us look and feel good. This is why it is important for individuals to make sure they are producing enough serotonin to help maintain their mood and well-being. Next time you see someone having a difficult day, give them a compliment with a smile on your face, since smiles are very contagious, and see how it will brighten their day very quickly. Thank you.
Okay. You want to go next, James?
Okay, this semester I had the opportunity to do business law, and since we was talking about informative speech, I would just deal with something from American Constitution, which is,
Is your name just spelled?
you know, so I decided to do something like the judiciary rule in American government. So I started by saying so I will start with introduction, like the judiciary rule, the process by which a court decide on the constitutional of the legislature, enactment and active of their executive. So there are two things that the court can do. One is reviewing a particular piece of legislatures. So we got the statutory interpretation and we got the judiciary review. The statutory interpretation, it is either the interpretation that a piece of legislation telling us exactly the status means and how to apply the status. And the judiciary review, it can be asked, like asking question whether the statutory or the constitution is good. So basic judiciary requirement. The basic judiciary requirement decide the constitutional or federal laws and they resolve other dispute about federal laws. In this we talk about the jurisdiction, which is the authority of the court to hear and decide a specific action, basically the ability to hear a case. We are going to discuss several types of jurisdiction remembers in the court. I have a proper jurisdiction in order to hear a case. If it does not possess the correct jurisdiction, the lawsuit will be dismissed. So when we talk about personal jurisdiction, generally a court can exercise personal jurisdiction over residents of a certain geographical area. Then we look at the long-arm statutory, which is that permit the state to obtain a personal jurisdiction over non-resident. So number one is talking about jurisdiction for resident, and number two, long-arm status is talking about obtaining personal jurisdiction over non-resident. Like in New Jersey, like Mr. New Jersey, as an example, is a residential area, and somebody coming from another state like Philadelphia, they would deal with the long-arm statutory, which talk about like out-of-state residents. So Subject matter jurisdiction. Jurisdiction over subject matter limit the types of cases a court can hear. So the subject matter is, there's a case that you got, they will hear the jurisdiction over subject matter will hear certain case, and certain case they can hear it because it's not in their purview to go over those cases. So we look at general jurisdiction. The court have the ability to hear any type of case or a variety of different cases. So general jurisdiction, which means case from New Jersey, other state, they general jurisdiction, they are given the authority to hear any kind of case that come before them. The limited jurisdiction, the power to hear only a specific cases, which means they are limited to hear only a specific cases. Then we talk about original jurisdiction, a case that is being heard for the first time, like a brand new case that is just starting. This jurisdiction, which is original jurisdiction, they are the one that hear this case. Then we talk about appeal jurisdiction, a case that's being reviewed for errors. Maybe there's a case in New Jersey or wherever state, and that case was heard before. That was an old case, and whoever that were in that case, the clans or whatever, they were not actually satisfied, so they come back to the court for appeal. So the judge, whoever will come and hear that case, for to know if there was an error or the case go on well and what have you. Then we get federal jurisdiction, a civil or criminal matters involving the federal laws or diversity of citizenship. So we talk about the federal and state court system. The federal and state court system are established. The state court system are established by law for each state and have a broad jurisdiction where on the contrary, the federal court are established under the U.S. Constitution and have a narrow jurisdiction. The state court system, court of each state are organized according to provision of the state constitution. Like you read this, they tell you that every state got their own constitution, every state got their own chief justice and associate justice. So what the federal government have oversee over them, which is the chief justice, associate chief justice of the entire United States of America, but stay at that. Each state got their own court system, and whatever rules, the rules in New Jersey, another state cannot come and ban New Jersey rule because it's New Jersey rule. The only way it can be banned or it can be looked at when the federal government comes in, because they oversee every court and thing in the United States of America. But another state cannot come and oversee a court law. So there are three to four different levels of state courts. One is the local court system. The local court system here matters involving relative minor issues. In New Jersey, the local court is a municipal court. The municipal court is the court of local municipality and hearing cases involving local. Then the trial court. This trial court here matters involving state law. These issues are generally more important in municipal issues. Court of appeal. The court of appeal, every state has at least one court of appeal which review cases from errors. The federal court. The United States District Court are federal trial court. These are courts that are regional jurisdiction. Number two is first appeal jurisdiction is the United States Court of Appeal, High Court in the United States, which is the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court is the court of the entire country, which have the right to hear all cases in all states. Which means when New Jersey, like I said earlier, New Jersey have a case, New Jersey have a case, maybe like for example, I bought a car in New Jersey, and I got maybe making some accident in Philadelphia and thing, It depends what law. If I'm a resident of New Jersey, if I can be sued if it depends on New Jersey law. If New Jersey law saying that I'm a resident of New Jersey and I can only be trying New Jersey, New Jersey, I'll be trying, and only New Jersey law will cover me. But if they have some law that allow, like, for instance, certain thing you do and you have to go there to serve your trial, that's work too. But it depends the law that they got in New Jersey. If the law in New Jersey cover me, it's only in New Jersey I will be arrested, or it's only in New Jersey they will take me to court and I will be found wherever I owe or whatever the case may be. So in all, the power of jurisdiction review of the federal court system includes the power of the decision that the constitution of the act of the state. So the Supreme Court is the final arbiter of the law. The federal court system has the final say over the constitutional of the acts of the branches of government of the United States of America.
Erica, you're up next. You're good.
What is one of the biggest barriers a college freshman must overcome? In my opinion, it is learning how to manage time. I believe an important trait to have is time management. Time management comes in handy when in the workplace, at school, or even in the home. The 3 reasons why time management is an important trait to have because it helps keep work-life balance, can improve productivity, reduce stress. In an article by Tranquil expresses how freshman students' time management skills tend to be deficient at the beginning of their academic career. Many students do not learn proper time management skills before they enter the workforce or higher education. To begin with, time management helps promote a healthy work-life balance, being able to balance work and having a personal life. Work-life balance gives a person the access to be able to have a hobby or to have more time to spend with family. After reading an article by Stewart, there is an emphasis on how time is important in that student success and graduation rates in any era are influenced by effective use of time. When attending college, the main trait that helps students pass is being able to manage their time properly. Having the balance with time can make a person more successful in that a person can have time to exercise, meal plan, or be with their family. When a person can prepare their meals for the day, it will help them avoid eating fast food or unhealthy options. Second, by being able to manage time, a person would have better outcomes of projects or assignments. For example, a task can be a student having to complete an essay for a class. If the student blocks out time to prepare and write out the essay over a 2-week period, the essay will be more successful, in turn giving the student a higher grade. On the other hand, when the student tries to complete the essay the night before the due date, the student may not get the grade that they want. With planning for work projects to completing assignments, a person can be able to complete more with less time than cramming in the assignment or the project. There will be less errors on the task to be completed at hand. Also, with time management, having better outcomes can lead a person to planning out their future. When planning out their future, they'll be able to accomplish more goals. One other way to be successful at time management would be to create do not disturb time slots, and block social media sites during critical work time. When learning time management in the beginning, it will be difficult to pick up as a habit, but with consistency, it will become easier. The trio Mohammed, Kur Adim, Anir Al-B, and Noorle Hashim said the proper time management was the most important element in their success. These students won awards for how successful they graduated university and accredited to managing their time properly. Then there is the stress of not being able to manage time correctly. Stress comes from the procrastination and having to rush to complete the task at hand. The outcome of procrastination can lead to completing the assignment in a poor manner. Procrastination can be reflected in the workplace. This can be shown by Toilet found in their cross-section study that in Ghana many employees have poor time management skills and consequently their productivity was low. If these workers had better habits in time management, they would have better productivity. Stress can have a large impact on mental health. In an article by Lee, Song, and Tang, they evaluate postgraduate students and learn the correlation between stress with time management. The exact result was time management, deposition, life success, and core evaluation of mental health were significantly correlated. In the end, time management is a very important trait to have when pursuing higher education and going into the workforce. After learning time management, a person will be able to have a healthy work-life balance, be able to improve their productivity in the workforce or in school, or to have less stress in their lives. When a person can have a healthy work-life balance, they will be able to achieve more and in turn being more satisfied in life. As a person is achieving higher education, managing time will help increase success in graduating from college or university. A big effect of achieving time management is the reduction of stress on a person to finish tasks at hand. Finally, the key to success is being able to manage time effectively.
Okay, Susie, are you preparing to give your speech tonight?
I thought it was next week.
Okay, so you can't give it next week?
I can, yes.
But you guys know next week's speech is online. So you're gonna have 2 speeches to do next week.
Okay.
All right? So but you won't be able to give your your informative speech until everybody goes through with their